is worth you being banished from the Black Power platform for the rest of your life, so be it. Let me say this to the Snow Bunny Brigade. I've been getting a lot of Instagram inboxes from the Snow Bunny Brigade accusing me of being a bigot. I want to tell all the Snow Bunny women across the galaxy, whether you are a Canadian snow bunny or a European snow bunny or an Australian snow bunny, whether you are a Georgia bunny or a Pennsylvania bunny, whether you are a South American bunny, whether you are a bunny in Asia, wherever you may be in your Nordic reality, wherever you may be in your Caucasian community, wherever you may exist, my snow bunny women, I do not hate you. I will not disrespect you. That's why I call you Snow Bunny, because that's a cute little nice name. I'm not here to hurt or harm you. I have nothing against you, my pale pussycats. I have nothing against you. But you cannot keep on robbing the black community of wealth by preying on low self-esteem black men. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying to my Snow Bunny Brigade. Don't attack me. British bunnies and French bunnies, California bunnies and Michigan bunnies. Don't attack me. Caribbean bunnies and Asian bunnies. Don't attack me. All I'm saying, you cannot keep on robbing the wealth of the black community by preying on low self-esteem black men. That's all. My pale pussycats, I mean you no harm. I don't want no harm for you or your daughter. You have a right to live, to eat, to be happy. I wish you no harm. If you ever see me, my pale pussycats, I will never hurt you. I will never hurt you. I may even hold the door open for you, but you are not going to keep robbing the black community of wealth by preying on our low self-esteem black male celebrities and low self-esteem black male elites and low self-esteem black male business owners and low self-esteem black male politicians. We cannot let you keep on doing this. So to the Snow Bunny Brigade, I've never hurt nobody. I've never called for the harm of anybody. I've never denied you an opportunity. You benefit from my misery. I don't benefit from yours. You benefit from my marginalization. I don't benefit from yours. You benefit from the historic and contemporary oppression of African people. We don't benefit from yours. So to my pale pussycats, I wish you a good spring. But can you please, young ladies, Snow Bunny Brigade, just leave. Just leave black men alone. Leave our men for our women. Is that too much to ask? I saw Urkel just got Snow Bunnied. How the hell did Steve Urkel, where did you come from? Steve Urkel just got Snow Bunnied. When is this going to stop? But I digress. Let's get into the migrants. Let's get into the migrant crisis one time. Chicago, all eyes are on you. Chicago, all eyes are on you. I'm going to make a prediction, Chicago. I love my Chicago Africans. I might be in Chicago June 21st. I love my Chicago Africans. I might be in Chicago June 21st. I love my Chicago Africans. I might be in Chicago June 21st. But Chicago, if you let Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, I called him Urkel, and I'm going to keep on calling him Urkel because he just bunny hopped. I don't care what his name is. He Urkel to me. He just bunny hop ninja. Don't come on here defending no bunny hopper. Or do you want to get banished into black power oblivion? Jason Williams, don't play with me, boy. Don't play with me, boy. I will banish you into black power oblivion. You'll never get on another Ifa Tunde Live the rest of your life. And you'll go in the Book of Negroes of FDMG. You will go into the Book of Negroes at FDMG, never admitted to a program on the campus forever. Now, Come on here, defending no snow bunny hopper. Now, Chicago. Chicago Africans, Illinois Africans, Black America in general, because this is not just about Chicago, although it's in Chicago. Black America in general, because this is not just about Chicago, although it's in Chicago. Black America in general, it's not just about Chicago, but it's in Chicago. Are we going to let Joe Biden and Kamala Harris pull up in Chicago? Are we going to let the Democratic Party pull up in Chicago? Are we going to let the DNC renominate Joe Biden in Chicago, and we not going to occupy that convention? We not going to disrupt. We not going to protest. We not going to sit in. We need to have a sit-in. We need to bum rush every session. We need to bum rush every dinner. We need to bum rush every caucus. We need to go back to the Freedom Riders. We need to go back to the sit-ins. Oh, yes. We need to have a serious sit-in on the DNC in Chicago this summer. We need to disrupt everything they do in Chicago during Black August for the Democratic National Convention. That's what we need to do, brothers and sisters. That's what we need to do, brothers and sisters. Chicago, are we working on a protest package for the DNC? If Chicago lets them come to Chicago and they don't feel Black power while they're there, Chicago, if you let the Democratic Party come into your city and they don't feel the power of Black people in Black August, in Black Chicago, we're done. We are done. New York City, my Brooklyn Africans, my Bronx Africans, my Staten Island Africans, my Queens Africans, my Harlem and Manhattan Africans. We need a serious march on the state capitol. We need to occupy Albany. We need to occupy Albany. New York, I'm serious. We need to occupy Albany. Sit in the mayor's office. Everybody in state capitol. We need to occupy it. If you don't make them uncomfortable, they will continue to make you uncomfortable. I'm going to say it again. If you don't make the power structure uncomfortable, they will continue to make you uncomfortable. What looks like artificial intelligence? I'm not understanding. Is that a joke? Do I need to banish someone else to Black Power oblivion? Make sure you sign up for the Dr. Umar mailing list. Click on my bio on social media. Click on Linktree and sign up for the email blast. So if you want to stay informed on what I'm doing, because not everybody is on social media. If you want to stay informed on what I'm doing, sign up for the email blast. Click on my link and sign up. Click on the link tree. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Click on my bio. Click on my link tree and sign up for the email blast. Where my Swedish Africans are? Mahmoud Machiavelli. When am I coming to Sweden? Mahmoud Machiavelli. When am I coming to Sweden? When am I coming to... Where my Swedish Africans at? My Irish Africans have been inviting me to Ireland. Wait, I got a text message. I have a first grade son doing well in school, having a little trouble with his reading and spelling. Principal was saying because the test scores he took in December, he's not at grade level. They thinking of holding him back in the first grade. I don't think he needs to be held back. Me and his mom have been working with the Hooked on Phonics since the meeting, and he's been doing better. We also asked if summer school would be an option. My question is, if they still are talking about holding him back, do you have the power to refuse? That is a very good question, and I'm going to give you my opinion. First of all, you have to go to the school district's policy on retention. On what grounds can a child be retained? On what grounds can a child be retained? Please go look up your school district policy on retention. Black parents need to know your child's school district's policy on retention. Black parents need to know your child's school district policy on retention. So find out what the school district policy on retention is. Find out what the state law is on retention. Find out what the state law is on retention. Now, let me give you my opinion. In my opinion, I don't think a child should automatically be held back for low test scores. Low grades, yes. Low test scores, not necessarily. Dr. Umar Tunde does not believe a child should be held back automatically for low test scores. Low grades, yes. Low test scores, not necessarily. I'm going to tell you why. A lot of the information that our children see on these tests, they were never taught in the classroom. A lot of these questions that our children see on these tests, they were never taught in the classroom. I think it is unfair. I think it is prejudice. And I think it is wrong to hold a black child back a grade because they scored low on a test whose contents were never presented by the teacher in the classroom. Now, if your child is failing the class, meaning they're failing the information that they were taught, yes, they should be held back. If your child is failing the information that they were taught in the classroom, yes, they should be held back. But I do not think they should be held back because of low test scores alone. That can influence the decision. I do not believe that that should dictate the decision. I repeat, that can influence the decision, but I do not believe that that should dictate the decision because our children are seldom taught the information that they see on a lot of these tests. I would ask the principal a question. I would ask the principal, how many other children in my child's grade scored in the same range? I'm willing to bet your child might have scored as well as many other children in his classroom. So why are they singling your child out for retention? I would push back, but I do want to say this. I do want to say this. I do want to say this. We don't make our children practice hard enough. I want to say this. We do not make our children practice hard enough. Most black children are in special education for reading disabilities. Most black children are in special education for reading disabilities. Most black children are in special education for reading disabilities. Do you want me to believe all them children have reading disabilities? No, they don't have reading disabilities. They have lazy disabilities. They don't have reading disabilities. They have lazy disabilities. They don't have reading disabilities. They have lazy disabilities. We have academically corrupted our children. We have sabotaged them into academic apathy. Our children suffer from academic apathy. They don't want to try. They don't want to produce. They only want to learn when it's fun. That is a big problem in the Negro community. Children who only want to learn when it's fun. Well, guess what? If you're raising children who only want to learn when it's fun, you're raising criminals. Let me say it again. Let me say it again. If you're raising children who only want to learn when it is fun, you are raising criminals. Because the only job in the world that you can do when you only feel like doing it is crime. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say the only career, the only job that you can find when you only have to do it when you feel like doing it, you only have to do it when you like it, the only career, the only job like that in the entire world is crime. Criminals do crime when they feel like it. Any other job, I don't care if you're in the NBA, NFL, I don't care if you're a politician, I don't care if you own your own business, I don't care if you work for the post office, public transportation, lawyer, accountant, teacher, psychologist, dentist, doctor, engineer. In every career in the world, you have to go to work whether you like it or not. You have to open up the shop whether you like it or not. The only job that is available to people who only want to do it when they feel like doing it is crime. So if you're raising children who only do work when they feel like doing work, you are raising criminals. How many black homes specialize in criminal raising? I'm talking to my black parents. How many of you are actively raising criminals and you don't even realize it? And you don't even realize it. In fact, let me go a little deeper. This is why we have so many child criminals in Black America. This is why we got so many child criminals in South Africa. This is why we got so many child criminals in Jamaica, Brazil, Toronto, London, Wolverhampton, Luton, Manchester, Paris, Austria. I'm going to break it down. Berlin. I'm going to break it down. Black people are addicted to European materialism. Black people are addicted to European materialism. Black people are addicted to European materialism. We raise our kids to worship expensive European-made goods. This is what we do. The rappers do it. The doctors do it. The pastors do it. We are addicted to expensive European goods. In Black America, you are taught through example, not through words. Words are nothing. Example is everything. The eyes are infinitely more powerful than the ears. The eyes are infinitely more powerful than the ears. Our children are taught through example that if you don't have expensive European-made merchandise, you are a nobody. You ain't got no Air Jordans on, you are a nobody. You ain't got a Louis bag, you are a nobody. You ain't got no Gucci flip-flops, you are a nobody. You ain't got a Mercedes, you ain't got a Beamer, you ain't got a house in a white neighborhood, you are a nobody. So stay with me. On the one hand, we teach our children that you are nobody if you don't have these expensive European-made goods. On the other hand, we raise our children to be lazy, academic disinterested, undisciplined, unmotivated. So how does these work out? On the one hand, you got to have a lot of money to buy all this European junk. On the other hand, I'm not going to make you do your homework. I'm not going to make you go to school. We're going to worship sports, but we don't care if you can read, write, or count. We don't care if you're academically motivated. We don't care if you're academically apathetic. We don't care if you fell in your classes. We're still going to buy you Air Jordans. So you see what's going on? You got to have a lot of money to be somebody, but I'm not going to show you how to do it legally. You got to have a lot of money to be somebody, but I'm not going to build the character in you, the discipline in you, the self-control in you, the black excellence in you, the academic aptitude in you. I'm not going to build this in you so you can buy all this stuff legally. So if my mommy and my daddy raising me to be a lazy, spoiled child, but I got to have all this junk in order to be somebody, how am I going to get it if I couldn't even graduate high school? How am I going to get it if I don't even have enough discipline to go to work? How am I going to get the Benz? How am I going to get the Jordans? How am I going to get the diamonds and the gold chains and the Gui and the Lucci and the Balenciaga? How am I going to get all that crap? And my parents are not raising me to be a disciplined, hardworking child. You know how I'm going to get it? I'm going to rob. I'm going to steal and kill to get it. So what are you saying, Dr. Umar? What are you saying, Dr. Umar? I'm saying that the youth crime and violence in the black community, the youth crime and violence in the black community, I don't care if you live in Little Rock. I don't care if you in Jackson. I don't care if you in Phoenix. I don't care if you in Oakland. I don't care if you in Milwaukee. I don't care if you in St. Louis. I don't care if you in Detroit, Baltimore, Atlanta. I don't care if you in Miami or Fort Lauderdale. I don't care if you are in Charleston, South Carolina or Durham, North Carolina. I don't care if you in Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Cleveland or Cincinnati. I don't care where you are. The youth crime and violence was engineered by the black community. We created the child criminals. I'm going to say it again. We created the child criminals. I'm going to say it again. We created the child criminals. That's right. We did it. We did it. We raise lazy ass kids, but we tell them you got to be able to afford expensive European junk. We raise lazy ass kids, but we tell them you got to be able to afford expensive white man junk. We raise lazy ass kids, but we tell them you got to be able to afford expensive European goods. Hit the Cash App, $ FDMG School. 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 The best thing you can do for your child. The best thing you can do for your child. The two best things you can do for your children is neither one involves money. So this ain't got nothing to do with how much money you make, because that ain't got nothing to do with how good of a parent you are. I'm going to say that again. Some of y'all think the more money I make, the better mommy I'm going to be. The more money I make, the better daddy I'm going to be. Wrong. Being a good parent has nothing to do with income. I know some horrible parents who have a lot of money. All they do is buy their children junk. They don't spend no time with them. They don't teach them nothing. They don't socialize them. Parenting to them is simply giving my child money and buying them expensive junk while they get raised on TikTok. TikTok is your baby daddy. Instagram is your baby mama. Facebook is your baby daddy. Twitter is your baby mama. You are co-parenting your children with social media. I said you are co-parenting your children with social media. I said you are co-parenting. The next time they ask you if your son have a daddy at home, say yes. Twitter is my baby daddy. The next time they say, do your daughter have a mother at home, say yes. TikTok is my baby mama, because we are co-parenting black children with social media. If I'm wrong, say it. If I'm wrong, say it. We are co-parenting our children with social media. Ogun Tade. Ogun Tade. We are co-parenting black children with social media. I want to put out a special request to my black artists. I want to put out a special request to my black artists. I want to put out a special request to my black artists. Special request. We have 9 floors at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. We have 9 flat concrete floors inside of the Honorable Marcus Garvey Re-Africanization Academy. I'm talking to my artists. If you are a painter, if you are a black conscious, non-bunny hopping, non-puppy hunting painter, would you be willing to donate your service? Listen up. If you know of a black painter, somebody who does murals and art, somebody who can paint on concrete, listen to me. If you know how to paint on concrete, listen to me. If you know how to paint on concrete, listen to me. We have 9 classrooms that have a solid concrete floor, flat floor. I need 9 different artists to draw a scene from Black history or a group of Black ancestors. Listen to me. Would you be willing to donate your service to draw on one of those floors a scene from Black history or a group of Black ancestors? You're going to paint on the floor. You're going to paint on the floor. The classrooms are about 20 by 20 feet large. 20 feet by 20 feet concrete. Can you come and paint a Black conscious mural on the floor? And then our contractor will cover it up with clear epoxy. We want to put artwork on the classrooms inside of the Marcus Garvey Re-Africanization Academy. I said we want to put artwork on the floor inside of the Marcus Garvey Re-Africanization Academy. I said we want to put artwork on the floor inside of the Marcus Garvey Re-Africanization Academy. Is there an artist, if you are willing to come and paint on one floor, I want the map of Africa. On another floor, I want 5 faces of our Queen Mothers. I want Ida B. Wells, Fannie Lou Hamer. I want Sojourner Truth, Harriet Tubman, Anna Julia Cooper. On another floor, I need Garvey and Douglas and Ifa Tunde. On another floor, I want the Haitian Revolution scene. On another floor, I want the Nat Turner Revolution scene. On another floor, I want the Gabriel Prosser Revolution scene. On another floor, I want the Denmark VC Revolution scene. On another floor, I want the Maroon Revolution of Jamaica, a Kong Pong and Cujo and Mama Nanny scene. And then I want revolution, brothers and sisters. If you are an artist willing to donate a painting on the floor of the Frederick Douglass Marcus, we're going to cover it up in clear epoxy. So when they walk into the room, they standing on your artwork. They looking down through the clear epoxy on your artwork. We are making history. Do we have any artists? Do we have any artists? Do we have any artists who are willing to help us bring this into existence? If you are interested, 215-989-9858. We can fly you in. We can buy the material. We can put you up in a hotel. We cannot afford to pay you. We can fly you in. We can buy the material. We can put you up in a hotel. We cannot afford to pay you. We can fly you in. We can buy the material. We can put you up in a hotel. My African artists, my British Africans, my Canadian Africans, my South American Africans, my Central American Africans, this applies to you too. Oh yes, I will fly you from Brazil. I will fly you from Jamaica if you will come and paint that floor for us. We are Pan-Africanists. If you are interested, 215-989-9858. If you are an artist willing to donate your service to paint one concrete floor inside of the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy, please text me 215-989-9858. We want this done next month, June. 215-989-9858. 215. I want art. Maybe we get 9 beautiful African queen artists. Maybe